Hi Geminis, welcome to my channel Foolsjourn. My name is Simone and today we're going to be doing your weekly reading for the Gemini Collective. So I'm glad you joined me and let's begin. Get this going here. All right. Okay. So we've got the King of Swords in reverse, the Six of Swords, the Ten of Pentacles, and we have got the Ten of Swords, the Hangman, and the Two of Wands. And our overall energy is the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So let's begin here. We have got the King of Swords in reverse. So the King of Swords, they're usually very ethical. They use their words wisely. They're very they're unbiased, they're fair, they're true born leaders, they're intellectually superior. People hang on their words because they give them a lot of thought. When it's in reverse, it can come out, sometimes you can come across, or that person can come across as kind of harsh, cruel. The words can be kind of biting. Um, you know, um, the King of Swords is ethical, so this can be kind of, maybe you're coming from a place that you're being unethical. Maybe the thoughts or the idea that you had is you didn't give it enough time, or um, it's just a weak idea or a thought or a decision. You didn't see all sides, so it's basically the opposite of the King of Swords. Or it could just be that the truth is hard to hear. It's a cold hard truth, because the King of Swords is very, I mean, they think before they speak. So sometimes we don't want to hear that when someone is, really knows what they're talking about. We don't want to hear that. So anyway, let's see. Let's move on. Now we have moved on to the Six of Swords, which, here they're in a boat, and they're moving from rough waters to calm seas, and they've got their swords, which are their ideas, their thoughts, their experiences, their anything mental they've got with them that they have grown from and they've learned from, but they're keeping them with them as a reminder, and they're moving on. So this is they're moving from turmoil to calmness, from being unsettled and in a bad place to moving on to hopefully finding a peace and being settled. It could also be letting go of like old ideas and old you know the past bad ideas, and moving on and opening up to new ideas, new adventures. You know you're you're transitioning, going from bad to good, uh, harsh to calmness, rough waters to calm seas. So it's a journey. It's the journey of life. We go through bad, and then to get to good, we have to go through bad. So, and then we learn so many lessons, and the swords are the lessons that they've learned, and they're taking those with them. That's really all they're taking, are their experiences, to get them through. But guess what? There's good things on the horizon, because you've got the Ten of Pentacles. So the Ten of Pentacles, the Pentacles are all the earthly goods, your health, the environment, the flora, the fauna, wealth, career, stability, your home life, family. So you've got the Ten of Pentacles in your near future, which is it means that you are working on something, you're building something, you want to leave a legacy. You are building something powerful, successful, wealth and prosperity, that you can leave a mark on the world, and and something fabulous to carry on for your family, a legacy. And you're moving towards that, by you know by moving on and getting through this. This was hard, but the good things are going to come out of it. Um, underneath, let's do a little clarifying. Underneath the King of Swords, you have the Ten of Swords. So basically, the Ten of Swords is, you know, something bad happened to you. You know, this person has got 10 swords in him. You know, stabbed in the back. Maybe you were betrayed or attacked. Um, Maybe you got some really bad news and it was devastating for you. But remember, this is the dark before the dawn. I mean, this person is going to rise again, but you had to go through this terrible moment, and it was cold, hard truth. You maybe you saw this coming, and it still was hard to deal with, even though you knew it was on the horizon for you. Whatever this truth is, you were mentally unprepared, even though you kind of had a feeling something bad was going to happen. So something bad did happen, and you got through it because you now are on your way with the Six of Swords. And you know, and the Six of Swords gave you that hangman moment. The hangman moment underneath the Six of Swords means that you took that time out after this horrible betrayal or whatever happened, that you know, that you thought you were prepared for, but you weren't, but you're coming through it. The hangman, it puts you in that hangman position where you kind of could take, um, see things from a different perspective, you know, just see outside the box, get into your head, and you know, hang upside down so you can see the world from a whole different angle, like we do when we're children. You know, everything is new and exciting and fresh to us. And you know, and the hangman could also mean that you were this situation, you were powerless to stop it. It was going to happen, and you have to just let go and accept it. And that's what this moving on of the Six of Swords is. You're letting go. You're accepting what happened. You're seeing it from a different perspective, and maybe you're seeing it now like that was necessary, and now you can grow and move ahead. And look what's going to happen. You've got the Ten of Pentacles, um, coming your way. And underneath the Ten of Pentacles, you've got the Two of Wands. And the Two of Wands is all about, um, you know, having a clear plan now. You know, you've been through this trauma, you've gotten through it. Now you can think clearly, and you can, you're ready to kind of go. You know, you're developing a plan for your future, and you're going to walk through that door. There are these two wands, and they're all about creativity and adventure. And you are sitting there with the world in your hand, and you are looking at the whole vista going, I'm ready to walk through that door. You're going to walk through a new door, fresh, leave the past behind. This is gone and done. It's over. You started the journey, and now you've got the conviction to go through that door. So this is fabulous. And then you've got the, you know, the Queen of Pentacles kind of as your overall energy. And this is just all about, you know, the Queen of Pentacles is someone who's been through so much, and everything they've received in life, they've worked hard for. They're very successful. They're grounded. They're loving and caring, and they live in a wonderful comfort. They've got all the worldly goods, but they worked hard for them, and it wasn't handed to them on a silver platter. You know, so this is just to remind you to work hard and keep, and this is in reverse. So it means that work hard, but play hard too. Keep a balance, um, and make sure you give love and attention to every detail. You know, because that's what the Queen of Wands. She went through the ringer, and she's worked hard and worked from the bottom up, and now she is living a good life. So you know, take this seriously. This is a new opportunity. The world is your oyster. Don't throw it away. Take it seriously, so you don't get in this position again. You know, move forward with positivity and clarity, and take it seriously, because you're gifted a new opportunity. You've worked hard, you deserve it, and good things. This Ten of Pentacles is going to come your way once you walk through that door. So let's just end up with a little fortune card, and you've got birth. And to close this out, it says, universal energy brings you opportunity and possibility. So birth, you're getting reborn. You're reborn. You have died and you're coming back. You are reborn. And this is all about this birth. The universal energy brings you opportunity and possibility. So this is the reading in a nutshell. So thank you. Take care. Bye. And slay your week. You are reborn. Bye.